Hi there, Gavin here from Play3r, and today I'm going to be taking a closer look and also a first look at the new MSI A88XI AC Mini ITX Kaveri FM2 plus FM2 motherboard. Now this features USB 3, SATA 6 gigabits per second, PCI Express Generation 3, unlike obviously the original Richland FM2, they only had PCI Gen 2. And it also has 4K support. Now, obviously if you're going to be running an ATX motherboard on the AMD variety with built-in graphics, 4K is supported, but 4K gaming is probably going to be a no-no, but hey, the option's there. And it also has the OC Genie 4, which is basically MSI's little overclock functions on the BIOS. Now, taking a close look at the actual packaging itself, packaging is relatively neat, relatively good, informative, colourful, doesn't have any illustrations of the actual motherboard on the box itself, but on the rear it does give you a good feature list and obviously specification of the board, including what CPUs are supported, how many ports, things about the DIMM slots, etc, etc. Now the interesting thing about this particular motherboard is it is an AC model, which means it has the 802.11 AC wireless adapter inside. Now this is capable of up to 5 GHz, which unlike a lot of the AC wireless built-in motherboards that you get with other brands, they have 2.4 GHz. So yeah, basically let's have a look at the accessories that come with the A88XI AC and take a look at the motherboard itself. Now in terms of accessories, we have the usual suspects in the way of the IO shield, we have a user guide, and we also have a quick installation, a quick start guide. We have two SATA cables which will obviously support SATA 6 gigabits per second and SATA 3 gigabits per second. We have a driver utility disc for the main drivers, for the chips, etc. And we also have a separate disc for the LAN and Bluetooth drivers. Obviously, as I mentioned before, this is an AC model, so it comes with two antennas, so it's double antenna with support up to 5 GHz. Now I really do like the amount of accessories. I mean, it is an ITX board, it's not going to cost the earth, but obviously there's no pricing available at the moment because it's pretty much only just been announced, so yeah. Now one thing I do like about the accessories that come inside the box, the main thing I do like is this thing. Now what it tells you is it gives you recommendations based on the type of cooling, as well if you're going to overclock. So obviously it recommends power coolers, doesn't really recommend stock coolers, poor performance. But the interesting thing is it gives you an AMD platform sheet. Now what this actually tells you is it gives you the knowledge that someone has tested this with certain configurations. So this particular motherboard has been tested with 1600 MHz Kingston RAM, GeForce GTX 680 graphics card, and it also gives you the actual benchmark results it got with the system. Now this particular one was clocked at 3.7 GHz with a 7850K Kaveri chip. Now got to applaud MSI for doing this. I haven't seen any other brands do this, and it'll obviously be a big plus point. But yeah, now we've had a look at the accessories, let's actually take a look at the motherboard itself. So taking a main look at the motherboard itself, as I mentioned, it is Mini ITX, so it only has one PCI x16 port. Now this port is Generation 3 compatible, so if you are going to use a dedicated graphics card, you will be able to use a PCI Gen 3 card. It has two DIMM slots, as you can see, and the CPU socket is clearly in view. One interesting thing about this, obviously, is an AC model. It has the 802.11 AC adapter, but one thing I don't actually like about it is the cables trail across the center of the motherboard. Now you can reroute them, just be careful not to damage the connectors because it will render your wireless absolutely useless. In terms of connectivity for hard drives, SSDs and storage, we have 4 6 gigabit per second ports. Now it's good. We have also a USB 3 header for the front, panel USB 3. Taking a look at the rear, we have 4 USB 2.0 ports, we have 2 USB 3.0 ports, we have the general 5.1 audio ports, Ethernet. In terms of obviously connecting it to your monitor, we have HDMI, D-sub, which also features the BIOS battery stuck to the back of it, which it's a space-saving idea, but maybe I'm not so sure about the quality. And of course we have 2 antenna connectors where the antenna goes. So yeah, now that we've taken a closer look at the motherboard, as you can see, it is primarily aimed for budget users. It doesn't have all the features that you would expect on like the Maximus Asus 6 Gene or the Impact, but for what you get, it is ample. It is obviously designed for budget builds, as I mentioned, with it being AMD Kaveri. Now, the thing that I do like about the FM2 Plus and the FM2 chipsets, Kaveri and Richland, is they offer extraordinary value for money. Now, although there's no pricing available yet for this motherboard, as it has only just been announced and this is only a first look, a detailed review will be available down below, obviously when it's live. If it isn't there, keep checking back and it will be there eventually, within the next week or so. But yeah, what I would say about this motherboard, it's not going to be expensive. It's not going to cost you, I would say, around £50. Top of the, that's including the premium that you'll pay for ITX, because smaller usually means more expensive. Especially if you take what the Asus did with the Impact on the Z87 Haswell chipset. But yeah, overall the board looks fantastic. It's got a great feature set. It's a nice addition to see, obviously, the OC MSI Gene. We also got good quality capacitors and enough power to run it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment. We really appreciate comments. I've just upgraded the microphone, so please leave me feedback. Leave me comments. I know I've got a face for radio. I probably do need a shave, but yeah, I just wanted to get this so you could have a quick look at it before it comes out in the main street, the high street, and blah blah blah. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and ciao for now.